Hello, my dear students. Very welcome to all of you in your physics class. We are talking about rolling. Okay. And in this lecture, we are talking about the rolling on inclined plane. Very interesting topic. Rolling on inclined plane. So, let us consider an inclined plane having angle of inclination theta. Okay. And a circular object. This circular object may be circular disc, circular ring, solid cylinder, hollow cylinder, a spherical shell, solid sphere, any kind of body. This body is rolling down on this inclined plane. So, which force is responsible for this rotation? Rotation of this object, it is the friction force. This friction force will act tangentially on this body and parallel to the inclined plane. Okay, so due to this friction force, let us consider this body is rotating with angular acceleration alpha. What we are talking? We are talking about rolling on inclined plane. Rolling on inclined plane. Okay, very interesting concept. So, alpha is angular acceleration. It is the angular acceleration of this rotational motion, and a is, let us consider a is acceleration of center of mass. Okay, acceleration of center of mass. So this body is moving down with acceleration a and angular acceleration alpha, rolling with angular acceleration alpha. Okay, if this body is performing pure rotational, if we are talking about pure rolling, okay, if pure rolling is there, then you can say acceleration of center of mass is equal to alpha into r. Okay, so it is equation number 1. Now this mg, weight of the body vertically downward, can divide into two components. One is perpendicular to the plane, which is mg cos theta, and another is parallel to the inclined plane, which is mg sin theta. Okay, so if we are making free body diagram of this circular body, so this mg sin theta will be downward along the inclined plane, and friction force F will be upward along the inclined plane. So we can write equation mg sin theta minus F is equal to mass into acceleration. It is our equation number 2. Okay, it is equation number 2. Now this friction force is providing rotational motion. This friction force is providing torque. You can say it is providing torque. Okay, so friction force into perpendicular distance is equal to I into alpha, Now we can solve these three equations, can find A. Okay, so here F is equal to I divided by R into alpha, and this alpha is equal to A by R. So this F can written as IA divided by R square. Okay, now we can put value of this friction into this equation. We will get mg sin theta minus friction force is equal to mass into acceleration. Okay, so this mg sin theta minus IA divided by R square is equal to MA. So MA plus I, this second term I am taking to the right hand side. So MA plus IA by R square will be equal to mg sin theta. Okay, so this acceleration A will be mg sin theta divided by m plus I by R square. This is the expression for the acceleration. This acceleration A we are getting mg sine theta divided by I by r square plus m. Okay. So it is acceleration of center of mass, acceleration with which this body is moving down on inclined plane. Okay, it is the acceleration. So this I, we can find this acceleration in terms of radius of gyration also. This I can written as mk square. You know very well it is radius of gyration. Radius of gyration. Okay, so this acceleration A is equal to mg sine theta divided by mk square by r square plus m. So m will cancel out and acceleration will become now g sine theta divided by 1 plus k square by r square. Okay, so it is acceleration in terms of radius of gyration. Okay, very important expression. Now if you want to find the friction force, one point is very important you have to understand is that in case of pair rolling there is static friction force is working. Okay, so for pair rolling F is static. Okay, that is the definition of pair rolling. It is the rolling without sliding. There is no sliding between surface and the body. That's why it is pure rolling and friction is static in nature. So it is static friction force. So what should be this static friction force? Here F is equal to I. This F is equal to IA. So I by r square into what is A? This is the A, mg sine theta divided by I by r square plus m. We can simplify it. How? This mgi into sine theta divided by I plus mr square. Okay, this r square and r square will cancel out, so it will become I plus mr square. Okay, so it is the value of friction. Now this friction force is static in nature, thus you can say F, this friction force should be less or equal to mu in S into normal reaction. Static friction force always less than limiting friction force, the maximum friction force, mu S into N. In this case, what should be the normal reaction? Okay, this normal reaction should be mg cos theta. So this friction force should be less than mu S into mg cos theta. Okay, so I am putting value of this friction force, which is mg I into sine theta divided by I plus mr square should be less than mu S mg cos theta. This mg will cancel out and it will become sine theta by cos theta tan theta. So I into tan theta divided by I plus mr square should be less than mu S. Okay, so this mu S should be less than I tan theta. Okay, this mu S should be greater than I tan theta divided by I plus mr square. Okay, so what should be the minimum value of mu? So minimum value of mu is I tan theta divided by I plus mr square. This concept is very important. Okay, for rolling on inclined plane there should be friction. Okay, there should be friction in between the plane and the body. First point, very important point is that there should be friction in between inclined plane and body, then only this body will perform rolling, rotational motion. Okay, and this friction coefficient between inclined plane and body will be minimum value. Okay, will be greater than I tan theta, should be greater than I tan theta divided by I plus mr square. Very interesting concept. Okay, now one question is very important in this concept. This is the acceleration A, which is mg sin theta divided by I by r square plus m. Okay, now we have to check the value of acceleration for different bodies. Now we are checking the value of this acceleration for different bodies. So first we are taking a ring, circular ring or hollow cylinder. Both having same moment of inertia I is equal to mr square. Okay, so the acceleration A in this case is mg sin theta divided by m r square divided by r square plus m. So it will be 1 by 2 g sin theta, which is, we can write 0.5 g sin theta. Okay, now second case, if we talk about the disc, circular disc or solid cylinder Okay, so what is the moment of inertia for the circular disc or solid cylinder? It is mr square by 2. I is equal to mr square by 2. So this acceleration will be g sin theta divided by 1 by 2 plus 1, means 2 by 3 g sin theta, which is equal to 0.67 g sin theta. Okay, now the third case, if we talk about the spherical shell. Okay, spherical shell. So what is moment of inertia of spherical shell? It is 2 by 3 mr square. So this acceleration will be g sin theta divided by 2 by 3 plus 1. So it will be 3 by 5 g sin theta, which is equal to 0.6 g sin theta. Okay, fourth case, solid sphere. Fourth case is solid sphere, in which acceleration is equal to 2 by 5 mr square. You know very well. So sorry, moment of inertia is 2 by 5 mr square. So fourth case is solid sphere. If we are taking solid sphere, so moment of inertia I is equal to 2 by 5 mr square. So acceleration will be g sin theta divided by 2 by 5 plus 1. So it will be 5 by 7. Okay, 5 by 7 g sin theta. So it is approximate equal to 0.71 g sin theta. So by these four values we can arrange the order of bodies, okay, which having, so solid sphere will move, okay, will reach up to bottom very fast, okay, very fast. Then this disc or hollow cylinder then after a spherical shell, and in the last circular ring or hollow cylinder. Okay, so you can arrange. Okay, you can arrange which will come fastest.